What up, man? I wanted to see if this still worked right, which is always funny. Never here nor there. Never a given anywhere. Um, I'm overconfident. I wanted to see at least what the volume levels were. Always funny. I wanted to see at least what the volume levels. Oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty dope. And I'm not even elevating my voice. That's what's funny. So I'm kidding and playing around with all this stuff I have not messed with in over almost a year and a half. This is fun. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. That's enough of this. So that's on my page. That's on the other page. I'll tell you where y'all be at. What's up? Let's see who this be. Who that is? Hey, bro, listen. It be like that. That's how you end the meeting properly. You know, you talk over business, you do what you're supposed to do. Then you clown. You clown. That's what you're supposed to do. Now if you want to come on, you just feel like being as foolish as I am because I'm literally waiting to make a run real quick. And I was like, I have not tested any of this stuff out in a minute, like a good little minute. Um, I could definitely send you a link that'll get you where you need to be. You just let me know if you about that life. You know, people, it's too cold, and a lot of people, you know, when they get cold like that, they just be doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? They be doing stuff. So I don't know. And so I do. This is pretty much the stomping ground of where I do all my test runs anyway. I wait till the late night hours when nobody up watching or paying attention to it. So, but it still look like the camera and whatsoever is going on is actually still working and doing great work. Tap in and comment if you're jumping in. I'm literally doing what I do best, just test equipment out since I haven't been fooling with any of this in a good little minute. So, you know, let me know that you on here because I'm looking at the comment section in different spots rather than looking at it where we normally would have it. Well, I'm not going to all those pages. You know, people be, you know, speaking of folk that just come in and look, I'm not doing all that. Doing all that for what? Let me see if a couple of these little features and whatnot work on this joint since I'm here. Bots, what you say, man? Um, I'm considering it highly and coming back. You know, it's one of those joints because I don't know. People just be talking. They be doing weird stuff now. So I don't know, man. I should be. I think I'm gonna dive into a lot more pre-records than anything, possibly, and do some live shows maybe on the weekend because there's a lot of energy. And 9 times out of 10, you talk about something to take up some time and to get everything the way I really, really want it. Yeah, it'd be worth it at the end. But like I said, I've been watching for about a year, but maybe about six. I'll say maybe 8 months solid, watching a lot of people coming in and out, jumping back and forth, and just doing a whole bunch of extraness. And I'd be like, okay, okay, cool. we can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. But then I was like, let's pop up and let them know, you know, where the originator of it comes from with all the clowning that I did on this thing. You know, just every now and then, every now and then, you know, every now and then. So, yeah. It'll be fun to jump into this. It'll definitely be fun. Polk, what you say, man? Actually, what I want to do more than anything, I want to do like some collabs with a couple of other content creators that really are serious about like talk. Like I don't. If we're gonna do that kind of podcast thing, I'm not trying to do the same thing everybody else. Of course, we overlap with the different topics that they have out there and everybody's actually diving into. I'm not concerned as much as we can, but you know, of course, if we're gonna put our 10 cent into the conversation, it's gonna be a conversation that has a little bit more weight than just a bunch of people just saying some random stuff to be socially correct, if you will. I can care less about the way that social media is set up or how social media is guidelined, where people are literally just talking out the side of their neck, like there's no substance to any of that. Like, and I would love to have a conversation that actually has some substance. Put something on in the background because my nerves getting bad. But for the most part, people not even looking at that particular piece anymore. They just want to come on and say, "Hey man, I want a podcast." No, I don't even want to do it like that. Like if you can't, I guess, contribute what you would consider to be reasonably solid conversational pieces. You know what I mean? Then it's almost like you kind of just taking up a little bit of people's time or attempting to take up the time of other good folk. And that's the one thing I try my best not to do. Every morning I came in, I made sure, what I'm saying, it's going to be inspirational, it's going to be quick, 30-minute session, and I'm out. Like, I'm not about to give you, and again, there is, I wanted to listen, and I think I'll say it like this. I am spiritual enough to take you into the depths of what the Bible is, but I'm not about to come on and every day just beat you over the head with the Bible. In the same token, there's a lot of more holistic conversation that we can have other than just looking at Bible principles. You know what I'm saying? If you just start having conversation, you can always pull a Bible principle into it. That's what life is for. But there's so many other conversations that need to be had that people are refusing to have, that you just, all you want to do is if you really want to get into it, we have some battles we can battle, like we fight with. We got some controversial topics that even in 2024 we still are battling with some of the same stuff. And even if we want to talk, and I'm not even talking about going on a national level. Let's stay in the state locale for a minute and still work out some of the same problems that we were having back in 1999, 2010, 2015. Let's not even talk about before, like pre-pandemic, then the problems that came over from the pre-pandemic to the post-pandemic, and everybody's still walking around in circles, tiptoeing around on eggshells, not to hurt people's feelings. Unfortunately, this is what you got to realize when you start doing these kind of situations and talking and that kind of stuff. It's for entertainment, but in the same token, there has to be a level of truth to it that'll make somebody actually, number one, want to come back and watch. Number two, that can actually change the perspective of somebody that may have been seeking out a real answer. Like, you already know how it comes down to, like, as we stand right now, we are soft. Absolutely. Kenny's, what's Sharon? What's up, girlie? Yeah, so that, like, as we stand right now, like, we've gotten soft. Now, and it's not like I could go to, the banter about the cultural differences and why we've gotten soft. I could talk about the hypersensitivity when it comes down to the scope of mental health, and everybody's now using all the socially fun buzzwords across the internet. What I'm saying, vulnerable, and they want to do this, and they making out. It sounds all good, but the truth of the matter is that we are finding 1,001 ways to tell people everything but the truth, and that kind of hurts sometimes. The truth has to hurt. Like, there's no surgery that would not have pain in order to make something better. You know what I'm saying? it's, you know what I'm saying? you know, it's impossible. They would not if the healing process was all really fun. Think about it. If it was really fun, then they wouldn't use anesthesia before surgery, because they can just go in and fix a problem and you don't have to worry about anything else. No, they know that it's going to be some pain, and then even after they finish, the healing process brings on a certain level of pain in order for it to get better. So I don't know where we come from, where we tiptoe, and you know, it's just a couple of the words I just can't stand. I'm just gonna be thoroughly transparent with you. I can't stand the word vulnerable. That's stupid. You know, you're just gonna open yourself up to the places, open your most sensitive places up to the world, and then expect them to hold your secrets when they've proven time and time again that they're going to be people at the best of their ability. When they get a chance to be people, they're going to be people. Like, you can't be mad at somebody that tell your secrets when you told them. The best secret told is the one that's kept. That's how you do that. What's another one of the buzzwords that everybody's like on and flexing and using? Not just vulnerable, safe space. What is it? What is a safe space? What is a safe space? Contrary to popular belief, I'm a kid that was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, and came up in the 2000s. So, like, it's not the fact that we never ever had safe spaces to talk about situations in my household, even with the way our parents raised us, the ones that did get beat down. You know, it's not that. I'm gonna be honest with you. We had safe spaces. We can go to our parents and tell them anything. At that particular time, we didn't have a lot of things to tell our parents. Now, granted, there are some people that went through some traumatic stuff. We get that. We understand. That's a whole nother level. But this safe space thing, I don't feel like this is a safe space. Well, get out. It's not that hard. Like, people make things overcomplicated, and the world is now trying to bend your mindset on how you were raised and reset your way of thinking to conform to something that is literally imaginary. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. So, you know, these kind of spaces, these kind of conversations, like, these are the ones that I want to have, and I need people that are not afraid to go against the grain a little bit, to have some in-depth conversations about just life, man. Life is life in at a high level, and everybody that thought 5, even 10 years ago that you were going to be in this particular spot, you would have never figured it. You never would have. Life kind of just did that thing, you know what I'm saying? It just showed up, and it just did it. What's up, Tanisha? It just showed up. Like, you kept living, you kept waking up, you kept going to bed, you kept waking up, and you just kept doing it. And nobody ever congratulates you. They congratulate you when you quote unquote vulnerable. They congratulate you when you're telling your secrets. But nobody just simply said thank you for you just continuing to fight. You've overcome the worst of the worst days of your life. You've already overcome them. And then too, you don't even need a badge of honor, because most of us is just doing life, man. Like, what you need a badge of honor just to live for? Like, pat me on my back. I'm doing good as a human, right? Am I doing an okay job? No, pat me on my back, please. Affirm me. I'm doing all right. Affirm me. I'm doing okay. No. Let's tell about let's spend less time affirming people and more time giving them facts. You made some sucky decisions that yielded some sucky results. Now you have to eat that sucky meal that you just made. Eat it, get full off it, throw it up, let it pass through your system, and guess what you know not to do? Make the stupid decisions again. It's not that hard. People say, that's kind of harsh, you got to talk to people a certain way. No, you don't. You don't have to talk to people a certain way. You don't. Like you can give people respect, because at this point in the juncture, even at the best of your giving of respect, people still have a way to be offended. And I think that's one thing. I don't watch a lot of Netflix movies and shows and all that stuff and binge watch, but I do watch a lot of comedy specials. One that is particularly sticking in my mind is the Chris Rock special, Selective Outrage. And as crazy as that whole special would have been, the only thing that really stuck out to me more than that is that people choose to be victims. And people really do have this thing called selective outrage, where you choose on what to be offended by. And if you make the choice to be offended, it shouldn't be on my back that you're offended. Just because I said something and you chose to be offended about what I said, because you also have the choice to ignore me. You also have the choice to walk away. You have the choice not to even engage in what I say. And I'm going to continue to live my life on my end. You continue to live your life on yours. But people take the ability and, choose to be enraged about something and really, really want you to take well, you said it, so you should be. No, you chose to be angry about whatever this particular topic is. Whatever was said, you chose to be angry about it, and then you get mad at other people because you're angry. That has nothing to do with me. It doesn't. Absolutely not. That's literally the exact. If I was to write you a check and you chose not to take the check, you can't get mad at me because I took the check, voided it, or tore it up. You chose not to take it. Or if I did something in that particular game, I wrote a check, you decided to cash the check, you found there was no money in the account, I got news for you. That is on my account. But when it comes down to words, man, you ain't got to accept that. So, man, go on about your business. But it's those trigger words and all these weird podcasts that are doing all this fun stuff that are keeping us culturally locked into foolery at the highest degree and highest level. And honestly, it's boring. It's irritating more than anything. That's the word I want to use. It's irritating. Because again, nobody can do anything without having a safe space. And everybody can't do anything like that. Being vulnerable, and everybody can't do this. And and then now you're standing on business, and the business you're standing on has been weak since you started in the first place. It be like that, man. It be like that. And that's just what it is. So it's intentionality about what's going on now. Nobody's judging things on the intent anymore. You're just judging how you feel, and if you're in a bad headspace when you receive it, it's gonna be bad anyway. So you do what you do with it. But I would definitely love to collab with some people. Definitely would love to collab with some content creators, with some unboxings or whatever you got going on. Mainly if I can get some good people with some great dialogue, and we can really, really help unpack this thing called life even more, and just have some fun while we do it. That would be what I would consider very profitable and a fun time, something good for all of us to learn from. But until then, maybe the chats come, maybe the chats go. But in the end, my job or my responsibility, to the best of my ability, is to make sure that if I'm going to put something in the world, it's going to be something of essence, something of substance, something that will be dope, that you can pick up a few things on and be better for it at the end of it all, I would imagine. These conversations yeah, man, like, listen, if you good for it, we got to get you a setup. Like, these setups literally are a dime a dozen now. So you get you a good setup, and we go ahead and we go in and we start having these kind of conversations. I want to be able to pull some interesting people in with some interesting perspectives in it, all while we are still building each other up, because that's what we're supposed to be doing in the culture, right? Right, Reverend, don't you start nothing. What's up, man? The great Steven, and Nola boy, crazy, man. He's building something. Terry, what you say, man? Nola boy, crazy, building something heavy. Steven, Reverend, you building some craziness up, man. And I'm actually loving it. I'm starting to dig it. I'm digging it big time. I told you, man, I be listen. It's all about, like, at the end of the day, all this fun stuff that we got going on these social media sites, it's all for the people, man. It's just fun, bro. It's literally just fun. It's what we do. It's kind of something to pass time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we can't collab with that, then we fight. The internet is so vast in itself to where everybody should be able to have a reasonably placed platform connecting with the audiences that they're targeting with no problems whatsoever. Yeah, man, I was literally just talking that. You know what I'm saying? Literally. the collaboration pieces, man. Like there's some people that have some in-depth things that actually put out into the world. The unfortunate side. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if we can reschedule that either the end of this week, Michael, or next week, so we can get into that. But that's the piece, man. Like the collaboration piece, we have so many skilled young black entrepreneurs, leaders, foremen, people that have thought processes, people that know business trades, secrets, entities, like all that. So we have that literally in our own communities, and we fail to utilize it on a daily basis, or we don't even realize that it's available. They're willing to share it, but we're so ingrained into our own foolery that we would look at it as a hookup versus just saying, man, could you come and share some knowledge with me? Can you see, I got Daryl Johnson on here, who's a mastermind on a multiplicity of things. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't just be like, again, one-sided. Everything doesn't have to be a specific topic. Life is holistic. If we can't have holistic conversation, then exactly what are we doing? Like I said, again, I love the Lord just as much as the next man or whoever it is. That's my source. But there's conversations that need to be had that would help you understand the way back to it. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of stuff that can happen in between here and the church. What's up, Miss Tara? There's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen. And if you don't understand the holistic side of life in there, you'll find yourself being lost in the translation of just going into a Sunday routine, not even having a real relationship. You know, that kind of situation. But we ought to be able to talk about that and say you still need to get life insurance on the side, and you still need to learn how to do business dealings, and you still need to know how to have business lunches, and you still need to know how to write contracts, and you still need to know how to do copywriting, and you still need to know how to do this multiplicity of things, and you know how to call your congressman and set meetings up, and you still need to do all these holistic things that can expand your horizon. But, you know, we are literally, you know, if it ain't foolish, if it ain't ratchet, you know, if it ain't, you know, weird, like we don't want it, and then we still in 2024 now. I'm not saying that it's all disappeared, but in the same instance, we are still using the same excuses from the 60s, the 40, 50s, 60s, you know, we still using those same excuses in 2024. You know, we get so many different places. Not Darren, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. If we start talking about that, then I'm gonna make everybody mad because we're gonna tell the truth about it. And again, nobody wants to accept the truth. Everybody, there is no. If I was just because you did it, let me park there and show you how you can segue different conversations. Holistically, if you go biblically, there's no new way to get people to Christ. The word still works flat out. You don't have to go through all these transitions and all of these different things and these gimmicks and all of that. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is give them the word and give them the option. But we're not going to talk about the place where we've given them more church than we're giving them Christ. We're not going to talk about where the pastors have gone from spiritual salvation to trying to figure out what their next salary level is going to be. We can talk about all of that's a long conversation that we can talk about. But again, that's a conversation that a lot of people are not ready to have. But then on the other side of it is we don't have to taint the church with these different concepts when we get them in the church. Once they're in the church, then you can begin to give them understanding of business plans, entrepreneurship, like leadership dynamics, how to talk to certain congregations, how to talk to certain people, how to set up business meetings, how to fix your credit, how to keep yourself in alignment, why credit and God's will is literally balanced off with the systems of the world. Like all of these things literally go hand in hand, but we're always one-sided, either for the culture or way for the church, when all of this stuff not necessarily mixes, but they do intersect, they do overlap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just saying, man. A lot of the stuff I'm gonna be honest with you, I be quiet on because sometimes it just gets to be annoying. to see people unnecessarily go back and forth trying to win an argument and walk away empty. You done just told everybody on Facebook and don't worry about that. And at the end of the day, okay, so now you got your point across. Who won? No, hurry up. You got to tell me. You got your point across. You done said this, said that. You done stood 10 toes down on that. And at the end of the day, who won? You're arguing about a whole bunch of people that don't even know your name. You're arguing about situations that they can care less about you. You're arguing for people that don't even know your address. And yet we have conversations that we can make major impact on that we refuse to have. I'm just saying, I'm not the end all be all of knowledge. That's not my forte. But, you know, time is valuable, and if I'm going to give something to somebody, I might as well give something right, like real and righteous to them at the same time. Holistic. Yep. That's just what it is. So it's not bad. It's not, you know, that's why I say, so these collaborations that I'm looking for, not only just on just these social media spaces, I'm talking about like in bureau business, to where we can infiltrate some of these entities, some of the schools, some of the churches, some of the nonprofits. We can infiltrate these and give some real holistic information to help people expand their horizons. Again, people perish for the lack of knowledge, and we have all the knowledge in our heads, and we walk around with our degrees on our back, and we're not going to do it. Like, that's just what it is. Come on, man. Look and see. I told you that boy's a well of information. Yeah, let me see. It's been a minute since I had the chance to do this. Let's go ahead. There you go. Just in case y'all trying to figure out why I'm so adamant about this. Poor minds talk about people. Good minds talk about events. Great minds talk about ideas. Like, come on, man. Like, these are the things. That's it. Come on. Look, there you go. There's another one. Simple, like things that are not that hard to even fathom in your mind. When a person can be transparent with themselves, the real you will always show up. Like, you don't have to put on a hat. You don't have to pretend to be what you're not. Like, when you just do your thing while you doing your thing. People respect the real. And then the cool part is, I don't know where it came from, but after this pandemic thing, like, it's so easy to detect that foolery, man. It's easy, like real easy. So people already know what's real. They waiting on you just to show up. Like, you don't have to show up a certain way. You don't have to show up a millionaire. You don't have to show up a billionaire. All you need to do is show up. Just show up. Like, real. They waiting on you. The world's waiting on you. Just show up. Show up at your best self. Show up at your best game. Show up as the person that you were designed to be. Just come, like, don't try to fix yourself. You can't prepare yourself. Only thing you can do is show up as you 100%. And I got news for you. Some gonna take you, some not. So what? You do the best that you are, and that's it. Like, point blank. It's not much to even talk about when it comes down to that. Show up as your best self, not that representative. That's another one. That's another social media buzzword right now. You know, people show their representatives and not their true selves. No, you let people lie to you, because you know when somebody's showing their representative. You do. Like, if you ever wanted to see the definition between real and representative, let that one person that comes in, that one young lady come in that has the business attire on, and here Cash Money is taking over for the 99 and 2000, and you see her knees buckle a little bit. Her real self was about to jump out. And that's representative versus real, you know. But you don't have to show up as a representative when you just you, man. That's just cool. It's just cool to be, you know, it's just cool to be you, man. Cool to be yourself. So I just decided to jump over here for a second. Test out this good stuff, since, you know, I don't really fool with it as often as I could. Yeah, man. Like, we can do that. Like, I actually, I'm gonna make sure I tap you tomorrow, Darren. So we can talk, because again, I got a couple of things up my sleeve that I want to get into the forefront of the people. But like I said, collaboration is where I am now on all fronts. So if we got conversation, you got conversation, you want to build conversation, you want to have conversation, and you're not afraid to face issues, backlash, unpopular opinions, you ain't afraid of it, let's do it. Because again, the most they can do is say something, they put the hands on you, you got something else. We do that accordingly. But other than that, just wanted to test it out for y'all. So thank y'all for y'all jumping on just for a second, while I was testing out and playing around with this stuff. And I have to get at y'all real soon. It's about time to have these conversations again. And because at this point, you ask the question, if you don't have them, who will? Who gonna have them? You know what I'm saying? Y'all have an amazing night.